Hello friends, Tony here. Now in this video I want to talk about the multi-tenancy with the filament. So I'm inside the filament documentation and in the multi-tenancy section. So here multi-tenancy is a concept where a single instance of an application serves multiple customers. So each customer has their own data and access rules that prevent them from viewing or modifying each other's data. This is a common pattern in SaaS applications. Users often belong to groups of users, often called teams or organizations, and the records are owned by the group, so by a team, and users can be members of multiple groups, so multiple teams, for example. Now, multi-tenancy is a very sensitive topic. It's important to understand the security implications of a multi-tenancy and how to properly implement it. If implemented partially or incorrectly, data belonging to one tenant may be exposed to another tenant. Now, Filament provides a set of tools to help you implement multi-tenancy in your application, but it is up to you to understand how to use them. The term multi-tenancy is broad and may mean different things in different contexts. Filament's tenancy system implies that the user belongs to many tenants, for example teams, and may switch between them. If your case is simple and you don't need a many-to-many relationship, then you don't need to set up the tenancy in Filament. You could use observers or global scopes. Let's scroll down and let's see the setting up tenancy. To set up a tenancy, you will need to specify the tenant, like team or organization model, in the configuration file. So we need to change the tenant method and pass in here the model. In our case, it's good to use the department as a team, but I think it's better to use team because you are going to understand better if you see my video and also come in here and read the documentation, which I suggest you. So also watch my video and also come here and see the documentation, and you are going to have team here and also team in the video, and that is going to be better for you to quickly understand that. Okay, so first let's go and create the team model. I'm going to open the terminal and let's say here artisan make the model, hit enter, and let's name it team, and we want only the migration. Okay, and let's open that migration, so teams migration, and here I'm going to add $sign table string for the name, and let's copy also and paste for the Slack. Let's save. Let's come here. You also need to tell Filament which tenants a user belongs to, so you can do this by implementing the has tenants interface on the user model. But first let's go on the configuration file and change the tenant method passing the team model. Let's come here and let's open the admin panel provider, and at the end I'm going to change tenant method passing the model, which is team class. Okay, save. Then let's open the user and implementing the has tenants interface. So let's do that. Let's open the user model and here say implements has tenants. Okay, and we need to create the get tenants method, teams relationship, and can access tenant method. Okay, let's copy them and scroll down and paste it right here. So we need to import the panel from the filament panel, the collection from the Illuminate support collection belongs to many, and also the model here. Now we have get tenants, we have teams, which is belongs to many relationship, and for that we need a pivot table team to user. Okay, but let's save this and let's come here and let's say in this example users belong to many teams. So there is a teams relationship. The get tenants method returns the teams that the users belongs to, and Filament uses this to list the tenants that the user has access to. So it's going to list all the teams. And then for security, you also need to implement the can access tenant method of the has tenants interface to prevent users from accessing the data of other tenants by guessing their ID. Okay, for that we have this can access tenant. Now let's create also the pivot table, and I'm going to do that in this one. So let's copy this and paste it down there. This is going to be team user, origin ID, for team ID, and say constraint, and let's copy and paste for the user ID. Save this. Also we need to say here drop if exists also the team user. Save. Now adding a tenant registration page. So a registration page will allow user to create a new tenant. When visiting your app after logging in, users will be redirected to this page if they don't already have a tenant. When we register a new user, this is not going to belong immediately to a tenant, so for that is going to be redirected to the register page. To set up a register page, you will need to create a new page class that extends a register tenant. This is a full page livewire component, and you can put this anywhere you want, such as inside the app filament, pages, tenancy, register theme. So it's suggesting to add inside the pages, tenancy, and register theme. Let's copy this path here, and I'm going to create that file inside the filament. Let's say new file, paste that path, hit enter, and let's pass the PHP first, and then I'm going to copy what we have in this example. Okay, copy this and paste it right here. So we have a get label method, a form, and to this form you may add any form components you want. So I'm going to add the text input for the name and also the text input for the slug, because we have also the slug on the theme. Okay, and now we need to tell Filament to use this page, and you can do this in the configuration file. We need to chain tenant registration, passing the registration theme page. Okay, so let's open the provider. Let's change the tenant registration, passing the page, which is register theme class. Okay, let's save this. Also customizing the tenant registration page, so you can override any method you want on the base registration page class to make it act as you want. Also, you can add a tenant profile page. A profile page will allow users to edit information about the tenant, and to set up the profile page, we'll need to create a new page class that extends edit tenant profile. This is a full page livewire component, the same as the register class, and you can put this anywhere you want, such as filament pages tenancy. And let's copy this and open the filament pages tenancy, and here create a new file with this name, edit theme profile PHP. say PHP here, and let's copy what we have inside here. Paste it. And here we have a get label, theme profile, and also a form. And let's do the same on the form. Let's add also the text input for the Slack. Let's save. And you may add any form components also here on the form method. And now we need to tell Filament to use this page, the same we have done with register. We need to change the tenant profile, passing the page. Okay, so let's open the provider and change tenant profile, passing the page, which is edit theme profile class. Okay, so this page here. Let's save this. Also here we have customizing the tenant profile page. You can override any method you want on the base profile page class to make it act as you want. And we have also billing here, but let's navigate on the configuring the tenant relationship. When creating and listing records associated with a tenant, Filament needs access to two eloquent relationships for each resource. An ownership relationship that is defined on the resource model class and a relationship on the tenant model class. By default, Filament will attempt to guess the name of this relationship based on standard Laravel conventions. For example, if the tenant model is team, it will look for a team relationship on the resource model class. Now we are going to use employees. So employees is going to be the resource model class, and it's going to look for a team relationship on the resource model class. And let's do that. Let's open the model employee and create this relation. Public function. Team. And this is going to be belongs to. So here, let's return this belongs to team class. But for that, we need to modify also the database. So let's go to the migrations, and we need to go to the employees table, and here let's copy this and duplicate and change this to team ID. Save, because now the employee is going to belong to the team. Also we need, so let's open back. We need to modify the name of the teams. So the teams is going to be up here above the employees. For that, I'm going to change just the date to be 04. And now teams is up here. Let's close like this. If the tenant model is team, it will look team for a team relation on the resource model class. Okay. And if the resource model class is post, it will look for a post relationship on the tenant model class. On the team model is going to look for post, but in this case, in our case, it's going to look for the employees. So let's go to the team model, and here first let's create the protected $sign fillable to be equal with the name and the Slack. Okay, then let's create the employees relationship. So public function employees, and this is going to be as many relationship, and let's return $sign this as many employee class. Okay, also, if I open the register theme here, we have this handled registration, and let's import the theme. We have here $theme create the data, because here I'm going to handle the data, and then calling the theme members, but these members, we don't have a members relationship, so let's go and create that on the theme method. Okay, so we need to create this method, and let's copy and say here public function members, which is going to be belong to many relationship, and let's return this belongs to many user class. Save. Okay. Now customizing the ownership relationship name, so you can customize the name of the ownership used across all the resources at once, using the ownership relationship argument on the tenant configuration method. And here is the example. Let's copy this and let's go on the panel provider on the tenant method. Now let's pass this one ownership relationship, which is going to be team, not the owner. On the employee, we have team here. Okay, alternatively, you can set the $tenant ownership relationship name static property on the resource class, but I'm going to use this one. Customizing the resource relationship name, also you can do that. And also here we have for the Slack, but let's go and let's see so far what we have. If I refresh, let's run the migrations and let's refresh again. Now, because we are logged in, here we're redirected to the register theme. Okay, so we redirected here, register theme with two inputs, name in the Slack, and here is the name in the Slack. So let's register a theme, and I'm going to register Spotty as a name of the theme and Spotty as a Slack. Let's register the theme and we redirected back. Here we have now the theme, Spotty. We have also the theme profile because we created this edit theme profile, and let's navigate there so we can update the theme. Let's say Spotty theme, for example, and the Slack to be Spotty theme like this. Save changes, refresh. Now we have Spotty theme here. We can register a new theme, so let's go there and let's say, for example, Laracasts. And also here I'm going to say Laracasts like this. Register theme, and yeah, we have Laracasts and Spotty theme. As you can see, when we are in Laracast and we are admin/choose, so the ID of the theme. If I change the Spotty, we have /1 here. Okay, now let's see configuring the Slack attribute. And for that, we need to say on the tenant method, Slack attribute to be Slack. Let's copy this and let's navigate on the provider on the tenant method. Now let's add also to override the Slack. And if I save, come here now and let's go to the dashboard. 404 not found because it's not going to found a Slack one. But if I refresh here, we navigate the Spotty-theme. The Slack belongs to these themes. And if I navigate to Laracast, admin/Laracast, now we have here. Okay, now let's navigate to the employees and create new employee. We can see here, column not found on now column employees team ID, and we added. So let's see. Let's open again the database migration. We added the team ID here, but I think we need to, let's close all of them now and let's open the terminal And let's run the artisan migrate fresh, and I'm going to say dash seed. Okay, now let's just navigate to the /admin, refresh the migration, and we redirect the admin new. So it's going to register a team. So let's register again Spotty, and the Slack is going to be Spotty, register team. We are here, the Spotty team here. Okay, let's go to the employees and let's create a new employee. So I'm going to say big pillar. Okay, yeah, we don't have also the department because the country, state, and city we have generated with. So let's go back. Let's come here. Let's navigate on the seeders database seeder. So we created the country, state, and city, and let's create 2 departments here. Right here, I'm going to create 2 departments, and let's say department, or just one, create, and we need to add only the name, which is going to be Laravel. Okay, and let's run again the artisan migrate fresh dash seed, refresh, navigate back to the admin, Spotty, register the team, go to the employees, new employee, fake filler, select Laravel here, and also the date. Let's create. We have a typo here, employees, not employees. So let's open the team and say employee here. Save. And now let's say create, and employee created. Let's go to the employees, and yeah, here it is. Now let's go and create a new team. Register team, and I'm going to say Laracast again. Register team. Okay, we are inside the Laracast team. If I go to the employees, we don't see employees here. So let's create a new employee now for the Laracast team. Okay, let's say fake filler, fill all the fields. Let's create, and let's navigate now back. We are on Laracast team. We have this employee here with this name. If I change the team to Spotty and navigate the employees, now we have this one, this employee here. Okay, now as you can see here, we have 2, and we need to fix that also. If I go to the country does not have a relationship name team, so we need also to have a relationship, and a country is going to be to belong to the team. But for now, I wanted to show you on the employees. I created this video because I had the comments on YouTube how to do that, and for that I'm going to do this one. Now, if you like such a video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best.